Hello, friends. I am Mr. C. N. Wagila from Mandal, a small village in Ahmedabad district, Gujarat. Today, in English literature, I would like to discuss what is sonnet and what are the characteristics of sonnet. Dear friends, the word sonnet is derived from an Italian word sonetto, and it means a small song or a little lyric. This type of poetic form was originated in Italy by Petrarch, a poet, and from his name, a new kind of sonnet arrived, and that is called Petrarchan Sonnet. So, the main characteristic of this type of poetry or sonnet is that it has got limitation of 14 lines. 14 lines are divided in 8 plus 6. First 8 lines are called octave, and second half of the poem of 6 lines is called sextex. So first characteristic of sonnet is that it has got 14 lines only. Secondly, it has got iambic pentameters. That means each and every line has 10 syllables. Thirdly, the third characteristic of sonnet is that each and every sonnet has a special rhyming scheme, and from the rhyming scheme, each and every sonnet differs from other. In this way, the characteristic of sonnet is that it has got 14 lines, then it has got an iambic pentameter. That means each and every line has 10 syllables, then a special rhyming scheme. So, because of the rhyming scheme, this type of poetry was very difficult. It was a tough task. Still, in the age of Shakespeare, Shakespeare was inspired by Petrarchan sonnet, and he developed another type of uh, rhyming scheme, and that is called Shakespearean sonnet. So, the sonnet from English literature, that is called Shakespearean sonnet, has a special rhyming scheme of ABBA, ABBA, CD, CD, CD. This is from Petrarchan rhyming scheme, and AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, GGG. This is from English literature. This is from Shakespearean sonnet. So Shakespearean sonnet and Petrarchan sonnet both are different in their rhyming scheme. ABBA, ABBA, CD, CD, CD. This is a Petrarchan sonnets rhyming scheme, and ABAB, CD, CD, EFEF, GGG is a Shakespearean sonnets rhyming scheme. So there was another poet. His name was Spencer from Beaton. He also developed such type of uh, sonnets. But in English literature, Shakespearean sonnet is very popular. Though Shakespeare was a great playwright, in his time, sonnets was not so popular. But after that period, many poets from other countries they accepted this type of uh, poetic form sonnet, and in our Gujarati, Hindi, and other languages, we do find such type of poetry that is called sonnet. So sonnet itself is a small poem. It's a small song, and the theme of sonnet is generally love. Some people call it a love song, and this is very restricted form of poem because a poet has to follow some rules. First rule is that a sonnet is 14 lines, and in 14 lines there is a special rhyming scheme, and each and every line has iambic pentameter. That means a poet has to remember uh, the vowels and consonant sounds. So it's a very tough task for a poet. It's a challenge for the poet. This is a very restricted form of English literature, and because of its beautiful uh, rhyming scheme, this type of poetry was developed in other countries. So, sonnet itself is a small song. It's a poetic form of English literature. It was uh, derived from a sonetto word from Italy, and in sonnet, two poets are well known, Petrarch and Shakespeare. Petrarchan sonnet is also called an Italian sonnet, and Shakespearean sonnet is called an English sonnet. So a sonnet has 14 lines. First 8 lines are called octave, and second half of the poetry, that of 6 lines, is called sextex. Sonnet has 14 lines, and each and every line has uh, iambic pentameter and spatial rhyming scheme. So we have to remember that sonnet is a small poem having 14 lines in a spatial rhythmic scheme. Thank you.